What's up?
Squirrel. Yeah.
There. Turkey.
Raw XD. Oh.
Wrong. What is going on, GSA fans? My name is Perfect Blue, coach of your San Diego State Azelfs in the 4th season of the Grand Showdown Association. This is week 2. Last week we picked up a W against Dougal and his Arizona Zai Cardinals. Heading into this week we were 1-0 +1, however we are against the best team in the league, BJ2K, who came off a 6-0 of his own with a cursed Mega Aggron. So to talk about 2K a bit, first of all, he's the coach of the Charlotte Beedrills, and anyways, you should see his roster popping up on the screen right about now. And so, as we look at his team, let's go across each of the mons and how they are against my team. Garchomp, it's a Garchomp. 102 base speed allows it to outspeed base 100s, which I feel like makes it really unique. It also has the opportunity to Sword Stance, gets pretty good coverage, not gonna lie. And it can also be a more defensive set with Rocky Helmet and really trouble things such as Mylando. It is able to be easy to take a hit from Mylando, for example. But Garchomp, I don't think is the most likely bring. Weavile does scare it a bit. The next mon I'm going to talk about is Sylveon. And Sylveon, if you guys didn't know, Sylveon is tier 2 in this league. Now, it's one of those mons where I don't feel like it's a tier 1 anymore, with the addition of a lot more fairies in Gen 7. However, it is still a very nice tier 2. It's able to hit hard with the Specs Hyper Voice set, and it has really good special defense as well. So it can be really hard for my team to break Sylveon just in general. The next is Celebi, which is a tier 3. Celebi as a tier 3 I feel like is a pretty good value pick. It has the ability to set up rocks. It can be a nasty pass or a sword pass set. Z-Trick, so that it can pass speed if it wanted to. It also gets a really nice amount of coverage moves. 2K also has Swallow. Swallow, it really only has 2 sets, the Flame Orb set and Specs Boom Burst. Specs Boom Burst is, I feel like, a very threatening move against my team. Swallow in general, I feel like, has a really nice matchup this game. The only thing I really see troubling it is the Weavile, as it is able. Weavile is just a huge threat to 2K's team just in general. Next we have Quillfish. Quillfish, it does have kind of a lot of speed, 85 speed, and it has the ability to set toxic spikes. Next we have Quagsire, which he did bring last week. Quagsire, as an unaware mon, I feel like it's really nice. It is able to check Lando if I don't have Grass Knot, which is a bit scary. Next is Mega Aggron, the kill leader in the GSA right now, getting the 6-0. Mega Aggron, very scary Mega in my opinion. It can't be taken down by physical hits. Special hits are really the way to go. And with Filter, it doesn't take much from super effective damage. Next is Infernape. Now, Infernape is a threat. Infernape's so scary to go up against. It can be Scarf, Banded, Life Orb. It can be Lead Set. The set I was expecting against my team specifically was Scarf. And it's one of the things that really troubles my Weavile, along with Mega Aggron. Next we have Xurkitree. Now, Xurkitree does have the ability to have the Z Hypnosis set, and can just be a general nuisance to my team. However, I do have the Whimsicott with Encore, so if he had Volt Beam coverage against my team, he would For example, if he killed my Whimsicott with Thunderbolt as I encored him into that, then I can easily go Landorus and revenge it. Or if he locked himself into HP Ice and killed my Whimsicott, I can go Volcanion. The next mon is Venomoth. Now Venomoth, I feel like, was a steal. We put it as tier 5. That was a huge mistake. Venomoth is actually really scary to prep against. With the ability, you can't pass speed plus another stat. And I remember in LD Season 4, I believe, I used Quiver Pass Venomoth into a Starmie, and that was very annoying for teams to play against. Yeah, that was a scummy set. Baton passing stats, like speed plus another stat, should never be allowed. Never allow it. Anyways, Venomoth by itself, Quiver Dance, it can be a Toxic Spiker as well. And the last mon is Tauros. Tauros, I feel like, didn't have the best matchup versus my team, as I do have things like Latios that speed tie with it. Or like Tauros, it's one of those mons where I feel like it has to be faster than everything in order to be effective, because its bulk isn't the best, and it really is just there for normal spam. Anyways, let me talk about the team I brought. So we have a dual dance Landorus here, flying AMZ. Pretty standard, I guess you could say. Once I get rid of the Quagsire, I can agility up, rock polish up on, for example, if Infernape is choice locked, I can take a hit from Sylveon, as I do have a bit of bulk. I do live an Ice Punch from Aggron, which is actually really nice. Although Earthquake won't do much back to it. Yeah, that's kind of my Lando set. The next is Specs Volcanion. I have Fire Blast, Sludge Wave, Steam Eruption, Sleep Talk. Now let's talk about this set. Just look at his team. He does not have a Volcanion switch in. Everything is two-shot by the Specs set, no matter what. So Volcanion looks really nice this game. I put Sleep Talk on there because if he were to use the Hypnosis Circuitry, I can go hard into my Volcanion. He might get confused, go for a Tail Glow as I Sleep Talk, and the Circuitry takes a huge hit. Plus, I don't really need the 4th move, so it's like, why not just throw on Sleep Talk there? Next we have Whimsicott. It's kind of a U-turning Whimsicott so that I can U-turn into the Volcanion. Looking at his team, whatever Whimsicott does not want to stay in and U-turn against, Volcanion can deal with pretty well. Also, Encore's nice for the Circuitry. I also have Moonblast and Taunt. Next we have a Fairthorn, which is Thunder Wave, Gyro Ball, Power Whip, Stealth Rock. Main reason for Knockoff and Thunder Wave is the Infernape. Infernape is, I feel like he's going to switch into Infernape whenever he sees Fairthorn in, because he feels like it can be a nice thing, and that's something I see 2K trying to take advantage of. Looking at a couple of his replays, he likes to switch in really frail threats, but things that threaten out my things immediately, if that makes sense. We also have Helmet. And so my plan here is to knock off the Infernape on the switch in, maybe paralyze it. I think it is a Scarf set, then just paralyzing it would be very nice, as a slow choice locked Infernape is not viable. Next, we have Assault Vest Drapion with knockoff Pursuit, Poison Jab, Sleep Talk. This is really here. It can trap Celebi, which is his only Steam Eruption switch in right now. Sleep Talk, also same deal with the Circuitry. If this is alive, I can do that and get some nice chip into it to put it into range of a Weavile Ice Shard, or just, I guess, something. Next is, the last one I'm bringing is my Weavile. Not going to talk about the set. You guys will just have to see for yourself what Weavile does. Anyways, let's start the game. I lead Fairthorn, as he leads, Sylveon. Now, the reason I lead Fairthorn, looking at 2K, he likes to lead with something really bulky. So I did not expect the Infernape or the Xurkitree to lead. Also, another reason I didn't expect them to is if I led with Landorus, I can easily just U-turn on them if I am a Scarf set. So that's a thing. So here, knowing 2K, I'm going to make the hard play of Thunder Waving. Thunder Waving, I feel like, is the nice play here, because if you want Infernape, that gets parried, which if it is a Scarf set, there's no way he goes Quagsire right here. If it's Celebi, that's fine. I can just get my rocks up the next turn, or go hard into my Volcanion. So he's actually going to make the play into the Infernape. I get to pair that, as he switches, as I go into Volcanion on the Flare Blitz. Pretty obvious play here. I don't know why he didn't close combat. Lando wasn't up my play ever. Well, I guess Lando was a safe play. And now, essentially, 2K has to pick a switch into my Specs Volcanion. As you can see here, fix the Sylveon. I predict that Sludge Wave. Reason I Sludge Waved here, I was really thinking about clicking Steam Eruption on the chance he went Aggron on my Sludge Wave, and he would do that because I'm obviously Specs. Now, my thought process is I don't need to necessarily kill the Sylveon this early. I just want to get it down, because if I get it down, then it's kind of in range of everything right now, which is really, really nice, except my Whimsicott. So I'm going to pull the double here into Lando. I can take a random Hidden Power Ice if he goes for it, but mainly to cover the switch to Aggron. So as you can see here, I'm going to go into my Landorus T, as he does go into his Aggron, and now I can pull a double, or no, I just Earthquake here. Reason I just Earthquake, I just want to get damage off on something. What that tells me about the Aggron, probably doesn't have rocks. It's probably Rock Celebi, and he might not have Ice Punch. So he goes Quagsire here. It's the most obvious recover of his life because he dies the next turn anyways. So I'm going to go into my Ferrothorn and get up my rocks. I knockoff was never my play there, as I don't want to take the choice item off the Infernape. Right here, I can go into the Landorus T, as he goes Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch covered the Volcanion option. I kind of wanted to see what he had for my Volcanion. Thunder Punch, though, very weird against my team, I feel like. I'm not sure if well, I guess for the Gyarados, but it's like, you're kind of, Gyarados, I can EV it to take the Thunder Punch, I think. I'm not sure. Guys, it's 3:20 at night, kind of trying to do that, yeah, whatever. Anyways, so I'm gonna go into my Volcanion on the Quagsire, and this is where, as my friend the Pecking Order would like to say, pick one. So I click Steam Eruption, he picks the Quagsire, bam, gone, from full. He goes Celebi, as that's really all he can go into. He could go Xurkitree, but he doesn't want, I don't have enough chip on my team to the point where Xurkitree can win. As long as I keep my Whimsicott alive, and then either the combination of my Landorus and Volcanion, I should be fine. So here I'm going to make the play into my Whimsicott, as he goes Energy Ball. He reveals he is Life Orb, but now I can U-turn and go into my Volcanion. So as you can see here, I'm just going to U-turn on the Aggron, as I get a free switch into my Volcanion, and he goes Infernape. As you can see, it's at 84 Fire Blast. That's 70. That's a resisted hit. Like, holy moly. Specs Volcanion. Reason I didn't Steam Eruption, Celebi, if it was really specially defensive, then it could have taken 2. Or like if it was Life Orb Earth Power and he crit me, that sucks. Anyways, I'm gonna go Landorus, as I know it's the safe switch. Here I'm going to make the play in Rock Polish. I can win the game here. Here's how. I can take Flare Blitz plus Heavy Slam, from the Aggron, and 2-shot Aggron with Earthquake, then Earthquake obviously kills the rest of the things. I have Z-Fly for the Celebi, but as you can see here, he's going to get a crit on Flare Blitz, which puts me into range of the Aggron. He goes Aggron. I don't want to risk anything, so I just sack my Lando. No reason to play for the 6-0, or no reason to play for the 6-0, as I kind of don't need, I don't want to predict around this Aggron, so here I just make the safe play. By that damage, he actually has a lot of defense. He has a bit of defense investment, which was a bit surprising, but like, I guess he does him. Heavy Slam takes me out, but as you can see, back into the Volcanion. Fire Blast, no more switch-ins. He goes Circuitry, and now it's time for me to play around the Circuitry. Here's why. He can lock himself into Thunderbolt kind of comfortably. I do still have the Ferrothorn alive, which is helpful, and Drapion takes one if he's at +3, so that's another thing that's nice. So here I'm going to make the play into my Ferrothorn, as it is my sleep fodder. Kind of a mistake, I guess, because I don't really need Drapion. I should have gone Drapion, actually. Why didn't I go Drapion? I don't know. It's 3:32 at night, so bear with me. So here I'm going to make the play into Whimsicott on the Tail Glow, as I can Encore and then U-turn into my Volcanion, and he has no switching, as his only play here is to hope that I miss Fire Blast. But as you can see, I land Fire Blast. See, I don't miss Fire Blast. Such a lucky player. I can take any hit really, except an Earth Power. But if he did have Earth Power, Weavile would just won anyways. So that's GG, and yeah, good game to my pal 2K. I had a nice team matchup, not gonna lie. He has no Volcanion switching, as do most people, but Volcanion's weakness, like, if he brought Garchomp, that could have been a lot more scarier. That's why I love Lando T. Dude, Lando T is so good. Also, Weavile's insane. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the battle. Hope you enjoyed the thing at the beginning. That was a fun little experiment for me. To create with my pal OB3. Also, KMJ and Merkit were in the call. Shout outs to all of the house members. We defended the winter formal. You know, house always wins, boys. So don't bet against the house. We're the winners of the winter formal. After my 5-0 destruction of Metal Frighter in the final. No, I'm kidding. Metal's actually scary. Don't hurt me, Metal. Anyways, yeah, expect a House Plays Honey Pop soon. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep now. Probably. No, I'm not. I'm really not going to sleep. That's the funny thing. Okay, now I'm just ranting on, or like going on. Yeah, I should end the video here. Sub to my boy Matt O'Shea. Alright, good night.